First item, there will not be an executive session this evening. And I did want to provide some introductory comments on the first quarter reports. The packet for tonight's meeting contains the administration's first quarter reports, which include these reports, which the City Council will formally receive through the consent agenda, include the city work plan, the capital's projects list, a report on 2020 year-end financials, including reports showing monthly financial results for year-end 2020 and the first 2 months of 2021, and the first report on the performance measurement plan. And while there will not be a formal presentation on these reports this evening, I did want to provide a few highlights. And the reason is we are doing this a different way this time. So we're trying this out and we'll see how it goes. For the citywide work plan, which is organized according to our strategic plan, here are the significant updates since the last report in January. In the mobility goal area, the City Council completed the adoption of the Master Mobility Plan. In the City Leadership and Services goal area, staff are working on the near-term return to office following the COVID-19 pandemic and midterm requirements for facilities as staff transition out of City Hall Northwest. Further updates on this item will be provided next week at the April 26th Special Council study session. Equity training has continued for both the Council and City staff, and another update on the Police Accountability, Human Services, and Equity Action Plan is scheduled for the May 25th study session. In the infrastructure goal, the administration reviewed a draft policy that would provide a framework for evaluating city real properties for surplus. And for the social and economic vitality goal area, the city has taken a number of steps to address the COVID-19 pandemic. These steps include the opening of the Snoqualmie Tribe Vaccine Partnership at Lake Sammamish State Park, a 5th round of funding business assistance that allocated $250,000, and in total, $1.55 million has been allocated for this business assistance effort. In the environmental stewardship goal area, the City Council adopted the ordinance for electric vehicle infrastructure. The Parks and Community Services Department continues to develop the Green Issaquah Partnership. This collaborative effort between the City of Issaquah, Forterra, and community groups trains volunteers to help steward our forested parks and open spaces. And under the growth and development goal area, staff discussed the next round of regional growth targets that we are required to work on with the county, and those targets are going to be shared with the City Council. The contract with the consultant team for Title 18 update is being finalized, and staff will soon commence the significant overhaul of the city's land use code. For the capital project report that is included, the vast majority of the projects continue to progress well, as 41 out of 47 are considered on track. We are nearing completion on one project as construction of the Southeast 43rd signal will finish this month, and then we'll have a year-long plant establishment period. For the 2020 year-end financial report, the city's general fund ended 2020 better than anticipated, adding roughly $2.2 million to fund balance. Capital Improvement Plan, which will be presented later this evening, recommends a plan for deploying these fund balance dollars. The year-end financial strength is welcome, and signals there may be reason for optimism in 2021. Much of the revenue strength in 2020 was from one-time sources. Staff will continue to monitor our financial position as we receive our data for 2021. There's also a performance measurement report. The first quarter performance measurement report presents data on 23 performance measures. One measure that I would like to highlight is the number of trees planted on city property. Thanks to a King County grant under the 1 Million Tree Initiative, we planted over 9,000 trees last year. The plantings were focused on riparian areas in 6 sites that border Issaquah Creek or Tibbetts Creek. This is 3 to 4 times more trees than the annual total from the previous 6 years and represents a good start toward a more focused annual program of tree succession planting for the years to come. For the remaining measures, staff continue to work to gather historical data and set targets for the full list of performance measures and anticipates being in a position to report additional data in subsequent quarterly reports. I have a few proclamations for this evening as well. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Martin proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day will be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas trees produce life-giving oxygen, provide habitat for wildlife, beautify our city, increase property values, and enhance economic vitality, and whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal, and whereas the City of Issaquah is an active Tree City USA designate for 28 years, and whereas the City of Issaquah is celebrating its annual Arbor Day on Saturday, April 24th, 2021, I urge all citizens to celebrate and support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. Further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to create a healthier community and promote the well-being of future generations. I'll also be delivering a proclamation for HopeLink this evening. Whereas HopeLink began in Bothell, Washington in April 1971, when a group of laid-off workers responded to a devastating economic downturn by banding together to help their neighbors find jobs. And whereas by 1984, the organization had expanded to cover most of East King County, opening centers in Kirkland, Snoqualmie Valley, Bellevue, and Redmond to provide food and other emergency assistance, while also opening the first emergency shelter in North and East King County. And whereas in 1990, HopeLink became the first Medicaid transportation brokerage serving King County, and within 3 years had expanded to serve more than 25,000 people every year. And whereas HopeLink expanded into North King County in 2006, opening its first emergency service center in Shoreline, and whereas HopeLink currently serves 65,000 people every year, providing a network of services through 9 programs that help families, children, seniors, and people with disabilities gain stability, and when possible, to exit poverty, as well as directs transportation services in King and Snohomish County. And whereas HopeLink's vision of a community free of poverty includes a commitment to addressing systemic racism and the inequities and circumstances that drive poverty, and whereas for 50 years, HopeLink has served as not only a vital resource in our community, but a beacon of hope for our neighbors who are experiencing poverty and homelessness. I, along with 13 other mayors in King County, jointly proclaim April 21st, 2021 to be HopeLink Day and invite the community to celebrate the organization as it continues its essential mission of helping people and changing lives for the better in our community. May 1st is Wildfire Community Preparedness Day, and I encourage all Issaquah residents to reduce their wildfire risks. Every year, devastating wildfires burn across the United States. At the same time, a growing number of people are living where wildfires are a real risk. While these fires will continue to happen, there are things that you can do to protect your home and neighborhood, as well as your family's safety. Here are a few tips to get you started. Always make sure to clean roofs and gutters of dead leaves, debris, and pine needles that could catch embers. Make sure to trim branches that overhang your home, porch, and deck, and to prune branches of large trees. Move any flammable material away from wall exteriors. That includes mulch, flammable plants, leaves and needles, firewood piles, just anything that can burn. And remove anything stored underneath decks or porches. Use fire-resistant construction materials on your home and develop and discuss and practice an emergency action plan with everyone in your home. Ensure your home has legible and clearly marked address numbers. If you want more information, there's a lot available at firewise.org. And I believe it's the last one. Yes, here we go, the last one on the long list. Issaquah Community Vaccine Partnership. We've talked about it a lot tonight, but I still want to provide a little bit more of an update. Great thanks to this partnership between Snoqualmie Tribe, the cities of Issaquah and Sammamish, and Eastside Fire and Rescue. This drive-through COVID-19 vaccination site is available at Lake Sammamish State Park. New appointments, dates, and times are typically released every Monday, and during our first full week of operation, close to 1,800 doses were administered. Starting May 10th, we will be providing up to 600 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine to community members each day. After reviewing statistics of who is visiting the site, I'm happy to report almost everyone lives or works in our Eastside community. Issaquah is also partnering with Eastside Fire and Rescue to offer limited mobile COVID-19 vaccination clinics to eligible residents who are not physically able to travel outside of their home. If you need special assistance, please call us at 425-837-3300, 425-837-3300. We are here to help. You can learn more at issaquahwa.gov/vaccine. And that closes out the mayor's report for this evening.